Good evening, Wareham, and welcome to the Select Board meeting of October 23rd. Welcome, please.
Tonight with us, we have Ms. Wertz, Mr. Bessie, Ms. Whiteside, me, myself, Jared Chadwick, Mr. Allen, and Mr. Bernie Pigeon.
Thank you. Mr. Pigeon, would you please say the Pledge of Allegiance? The flag is over there, sir.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Okay. The first thing on the agenda is a discussion and possible vote at a rain date of November 12th to the previously approved use of town property application for the November 11th Veterans Day Parade.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second? Motion made and seconded. Slavin. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I will call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? It is unanimous. Thank you very much.
Did you ever hear from the woman who wanted to do something that same day? Did she ever get back here? She wanted to do a walk on the
We
same
sent her
day?
emails and everything telling her she couldn't. Okay, the second order of business is to approve these executive session minutes and to release.
All right. I move to approve and release the executive session minutes for September 19th, 2023.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve and release. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, I will call for a roll call. Not a roll call. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, it's unanimous. Thank you very much. Okay. The next thing is, I have been asked by one of you to please reopen the discussion on any of the, well, we do it anyway, reopen the discussion on any of the articles on the town meeting warrant, and Mr. Slavin has asked that we revisit Article 26, which is the headworks clarifier. Is there a motion to?
Make a motion to reopen.
Is there a
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded. That works. All those in favor of reopening that?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it is before us. Mr. Slavin?
I prepared a little speech for town meeting, but the bottom line is that we, I don't know how to put it best, we bought into the idea of having the water pollution control facility be able to dump into the canal over 8 years ago. And during that period of time, we basically ignored the actual facility itself and doing any real upgrading or doing anything else. And that program collapsed and failed. So after 8+ years, we're sitting here with a facility that is, I'm not sure it's repairable or not. I'm not sure it can get back to where it was originally. But the bottom line is, as the old friend commercial says, pay me now, pay me later. We have a situation where, whether we like it or not, if this facility, one of these two particular portions fail, the plant goes down and stops. What happens then is we have the federal EPA and the state EPA come in. They most likely, it's my understanding, is take over, and everybody in town has to pay for whatever the cost is. I don't think that's fair to all the residents to have to do something like that. So to make sure that we don't have this opportunity to do this, whether we like it or not, we have to do the two items. Because if we don't, we almost fail, the plant will shut down. I'm not happy about this place we're in. I think we're all, in this particular case, responsible for basically putting our head in the sand, hoping this thing will go away, or just buying into something we didn't have. So I'm going to change my vote to yes, strictly because we have no choice. I'm very unhappy, but there's nothing else we can do. And that's my reason for
Any
changing
other
the
discussion?
I just want to go on record. I agree with Alan. Yes, it needs to happen because we don't want the other side of it to happen. But I think it's time to start coming up with plans for a new facility, so we're not in the same problem that we are dealing with the police department right now. Prices only going to go up, so we need to start planning and start doing something about it now, not in 15 years.
I believe that the consultants have begun working on a long-term plan. I know that Mr. Teitelbaum was actually contacted by Mr. Campina who has recommended that we go along with this because there are plans in place to do whatever we need to do. So it ain't gonna happen tomorrow morning, as you know.
I understand
Yeah,
that.
okay.
Well, just to understand, I'm not very unhappy with, obviously, the consultant. When someone tells me, on a comprehensive wastewater management plan, they don't have it written yet, it might be a draft by the end of the year, you have no idea when it's going to go to EPA, and it will be approved. Even if it's approved, it doesn't mean that we have any extra capacity going out of that plant. The plant's capacity is based on what we're designed for. There's no guarantee that these upgrades will actually make the plant more efficient from what it was 50 years ago. So I have a real problem. Part of my speech would be that we may have to look at in-ground facilities several around the town to catch up. Because that's the quickest way. But the problem is that we bought it all of a sudden. As far as I'm concerned, it's true. I made more than a few comments on what my concern, and then fall through that.
So I think everybody knows I'm the biggest, I don't want to say opponent of spending the money, because I am.
It's fine.
You know, I won't let my stance change just based on the fact that I know what needs to happen. I'm not disagreeing with the fact that I know that we're up the proverbial you-know-what
Shit's great.
without a paddle, because of decisions that were made previous to us and maybe previous to. The bottom line is I know that a change needs to happen. My biggest concerns is one, I think our consultant or consultants have failed in not coming up with something other than kind of what they presented last week with, you know, a little bit more information. But I like to call it the 24th hour, you know, the Hail Mary approach is my opinion to it. I don't want to sit here and say, yes, I'll put a yes on it because, you know, it needs to happen, because yes, it needs to happen, and I don't have a problem with that. But my concern is still very deep that, okay, today it's 36 million. What is it tomorrow?
50.
And then what is it today? Like, so there's, you know, so it's not me, if I decide to stay on the no side, it's not because I don't believe that something needs to happen. I just don't believe that the money that we're spending now is, not to say not gonna make a difference right now, but it's only gonna get us, we're only gonna be deeper tomorrow.
It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
So what I would say is, I've gone to, I think, 6 presentations. I've gone to the workshop that you ran. I really got into what was happening with this because my first choice was to vote no. But the reality is right now, there are 6,000 houses on sewer in this town that will not have workable service if we don't take care of it. If you say 6,000 homes, if you say there's just even 2 people in each home, that's 12,000 people. That's half the town that will not have sewer service. It's my understanding, and I'm not ready to pin the tail on the donkey being the consultant, because we seem to do that every time we don't move something forward. What I do know, based on most recent conversations with the consultants, is when we fix these pieces, they will be fixed for good. If we are going to continue to have to use this facility, the further other pieces will have to be addressed, but these will work. It's not like they're not a temporary Band-Aid, unless somehow we get $200 million falling out of the sky to build a whole new plant. So I think the yes here is important, because we can't get just what we want because we want it now. We have to get what will work, and we have to believe in the people who are working with us to get it done.
I think one of the things that I think is important is we do have a new superintendent who I have told you all interviewed really well. He's been working at the plant for more than 6 months. He used to work for Weston and Sampson, which was bought by GHD. He knows his stuff. He already has made improvements to the operation of the plant. And as Tricia has noted, we have to fix these sucker thingies, whatever, the clarifiers. Because if we don't, people are going to be using 10-gallon buckets. It is part of what has to happen no matter what. The thing that's also important to me is that there's the 10% forgiveness and that we get a 0% financing. God himself is never going to give us that. So we have until the end of the year to come up with a proposal and plans to take advantage of something that will never happen again. So that would be my throw out at it. Anyway, any further discussion? I'll accept a motion.
No, that's not the right words.
Move to recommend.
Yeah, I move to recommend Article 26
Favorable action.
for favorable action. That's what it is.
Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I will go for a vote. All those in favor of recommending favorable action, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Abstain.
And an abstention. Thank you.
Thanks, Ron.
Excellent.
It's not an easy vote.
No, it's not an easy vote, and I appreciate it. Is there any other?
May I just offer something? Excuse me. If anyone has any concerns or questions, by all means, I've talked to Scott, the director, and he's offered to give you tours of the plant personally. Just call him up, he'll make a schedule for it. So he'll answer a lot of questions. And as the chairman has said, he has done some significant improvements to the plant already in the week and a half he's been working. So we have a very good fortune to be moving forward to him.
We need to work through the chair and also town administrator.
Yeah. Okay, may I have a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Second.
Third.
Any further discussion? It's not
And roll.
debatable. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And it is 6:42. Okay, guys, thank you very much.